When you hear the word L2, you might be thinking we are talking about something right out of a futuristic book. That is because many people think Webb will orbit the Earth. However, the telescope will be many million miles further from Earth into space in L2. If you don't know already, L2 is one of the Lagrange points. These points are a mesmerizing accident of orbit mechanics and gravity, which is why it is the ideal place to send the telescope far into space. We have 5 Lagrange points where the Earth and Sun's gravity balances the orbit motion of any satellite in that range. For example, if you put any spacecraft or satellite at any of the Lagrange, they will stay in one position in relation to the Sun and Earth, without needing much energy to correct its course. The points allow the astronomers and everyone else involved in the mission to stay at peace, knowing the telescope will orbit the way it's supposed to. L2 is over 900,000 miles away from the Earth, opposite the Sun. Our planet orbits our light source, the Sun, each year, and typically an object over 1 million miles from the Sun must move slowly, taking over a year to finish an orbit. However, L2 is a fantastic position relative to the Sun and Earth, which is why the additional gravity of these two bodies pulling in a similar direction will give the boost James Webb needs to lock into the perfect yearly orbit of our planet. L2 is the perfect place for the James Webb Telescope to protect itself from the heat and light of the Sun while orbiting perfectly to let us know the origins of the universe. Astronomers chose this location because the James Webb Telescope will observe the universe using infrared vision, and it must be protected from bright and hot sources, such as the Sun. Because of this, the telescope will operate at -224 degrees Celsius. The temperature difference between the front and end of the telescope will be significant. The location is ideal because L2 allows the telescope to be in a position where the light from the Earth, Sun, and the Moon are coming from the same direction. The L2 is the perfect location because this is the point where the Earth, Sun, and Moon come in one line. It enables the telescope to have the best chance of detecting distance. L2 can help radiate the heat away from the telescope and allow the telescope to do what it is supposed to do in the coldest temperatures possible. The Webb telescope will benefit from an unimpeded and open view of our endless universe, as compared to its predecessor, the Hubble, as it is in the Earth orbit where it goes inward and outwards of our planet's shadow after every 90 minutes. However, the Earth blocks the Hubble's view, which is why it can only give us limited information about our universe. Finally, another reason for the James Webb Telescope to go to L2 is that it will allow communication to ease through the DSN, Deep Space Network. The professionals will enjoy daily updates from there and understand what is happening at any given point in time. L2 is a great spot for observing, and finally, we will have one of the best telescopes till now in that spot in less than a month. We are incredibly excited for the JWST to finally reach its home, L2, so it can give us the information we need to understand our universe better.